Prosecutors in the United States will decide today whether to charge the police officer who fatally shot a black man in Minneapolis, sparking nights of violent protests. Officer Kim Potter has already resigned, along with the police chief Tim Gannon, in a city already on the edge over the killing of George Floyd. Here's Tyson Whelan.
Daunte Wright's mother said Sunday was the worst day of her life when a routine traffic stop of her son turned deadly.
And she pointed the phone towards the driver's seat and my son was laying there, unresponsive.
My Lord.
That was the last time that I seen my son. That's the last time I heard from my son, and I have had no explanation since then.
Overnight, the police officer responsible for the shooting resigned after appearing to mistake a gun for her taser. The police chief of the Minneapolis suburb also resigned after another night of clashes between law enforcement and protesters.
You are in violation of Minnesota State Statute 609705, unlawful assembly.
Hundreds gathered on Tuesday night outside the Brooklyn Center Police Precinct, calling for justice amid nighttime curfews and a heavy show of force.
Yes, ma'am, of course. I'm going to be out here every day. I'm going to be out here until they give us some justice. Until they make a change, I'm going to be out here.
Authorities are yet to decide whether the officer who shot Mr. Wright will be charged. It's a city still reeling from weeks of violence last year during protests following the death of George Floyd. Last night's vigil just 15 kilometres from the site of his death. The family of Mr. Floyd met with grieving relations of Daunte Wright whilst legal proceedings against former officer Derek Chauvin continued.
Minneapolis, you all can't sweep this under the rug anymore. We're here, and we will fight for justice for this family, just like we're fighting for our brother.
Chauvin's lawyers introduced their first witnesses on Tuesday after Minnesota prosecutors rested their case. Defence attorneys called on an independent use of force expert who said Chauvin's kneeling on Mr. Floyd's neck was justifiable.
I felt that Derek Chauvin was justified and was acting with objective reasonableness, following Minneapolis Police Department policy and current standards of law enforcement in his interactions with Mr. Floyd.
As tensions grow on the streets of Minneapolis, protest leaders are calling for calm. Tyson Whelan, ABC News.